If you want change, you need to be that change. This is what's really coming through for me to share to you all. And when we look at relationships, when we look at our situation, when we look at expectations from other people, when we want to be heard, when we want to be valued, when we want to be witnessed, this is putting an expectation on people. And ultimately, it isn't for them to provide it. And it's so interesting that when we can take the perspective, the realization that we're just living through a world of mirrors, and that our people are reflecting back to us what it is that we desire for ourselves, what we want, what we need, and what we can give back to ourselves. So if you're looking for other people to hear you, to see you, to value, to validate you, you're rendering yourself always in an element of victim energy, in a disempowerment, in dependency. And this isn't sovereignty. This is what we're going through as individuals, as humanity, is to realize and take back our power. And power from a perspective of inner power, not power over anybody else. That isn't power, that's control, that's fear, that's separation. This is about your inner power and reclaiming back it and your sovereignty. And you do that through consciousness, to become more and more aware of self, to be able to ask the questions with a curiosity, with an objectivity, to not be in a state of judgment when we do take responsibility for our thoughts and actions. Because instantly when we take responsibility, we may suddenly just drop into judgment of self, and then that's where all the guilt and the shame and all that shit sits, basically. And so we have to literally just honor ourselves as humans, but live for 98% of our thoughts and our daily actions in our subconscious, that just really, we don't even know what it's doing. So we need to become conscious of our subconscious, start rewriting our stories, rewriting who we are and what we desire to be. And so this is what we're here to do. This is about how we claim back our power. And if we want change, we need to be that change, okay? There's none of this willy-nilly waiting for something to happen bullshit, okay? We have to step into aligned action. And I don't mean that's trying to do everything yourself, basically. This is actually being able to realize what you want, what you desire, how it feels in your body and whether it feels right, and then making aligned action. So if you want change, be that change. That's ultimately what it is. And for the women that want more love, more respect, more honouring, more abundance, to be seen, to be heard, you have to do that for yourself, okay? You have to do it. And when you do that, your external environment will start honouring your internal world, okay? And so this is what I'm doing with the Women Empowerment Retreat on Saturday the 20th. It's the power of letting go. It's the power of release. It's the power of letting go of all these subconscious patterns that block us from our power, from who we truly are, our desires. It could be grief. It could be the belief systems that we're holding on to. It's basically, I'm bringing in somatic movement meditation to get you into your body, to love your body, to bring in that connection with love, unconditional love, to be able to shift and move through your body what no longer serves you, to trust your body, to know what discerns, what is true and what aligns to you. And then you could move it through. Then you create space for the power that you are, what's already within you, to take up space, to become present, and more of that is what that is. To not fear your presence, not to fear your voice, not to fear your body, just to really start to step into the true power and love that you are. And this is what the somatic movement meditation does. It gets you beyond the judgment. It gets you into the power that is your body through the gateway of your heart. And then we come in to do what I want to call, like, just burn some shit, basically. Have a fire, and we'll use our subconscious to download and to release, and we'll just let it go into the fire. It's so purifying. It's that release. It's the energy of the autumn equinox that we let go of. And so this enables growth. When we allow grief, the process of releasing and letting go, it allows growth. It allows abundance. It's the shedding of the skin. It's like the snake that has to let go of that skin to be able to be the growth and the full self that it is. I think the eucalyptus tree does exactly the same. When I witness that and it's shedding its skin, we're doing that. We're shedding our skin, we're shedding our protective layers, we're shedding our survival patterns so we can step up into who we truly are and to love who we truly are and be curious of who we truly are. And this is the journey. We're not a finished piece, we're never a finished article, so we just got to show up as we are, love who we are, and be present as often as we can be. Okay, and this is what I do, this is what I bring to the practice, that is the love to heal, that is the movement meditation, that is the sacred fire, that is connection, that we have also Sarah Louise that brings in her sound bath, that we're really working into the frequency on the cellular level, to the waters that are in your body, the 70% that's in there, that's conscious, that we awaken it within you. Okay, we get beyond our blocks, our patterns, and to awaken this truth that's within us, and this is what it does. And then we bring in scent and essence to this to help support you so it's not just those few hours, that sacred rest. It's something you can integrate into your daily life, which is really, really important. This is like the pattern breaker. It gives you the tools, it gives you the neural plasticity, and then you go on and step forwards more, creating space for yourself, looking after you, and growing as you. And this is that's the really important thing, is about giving you the tools to do this work on a daily basis. Okay, so, and then I'll bring in cacao, and who doesn't like a bit of chocolate, right? So, and this is proper good chocolate too, so that's really gorgeous. And then also just the whole connection. Women need women. Women need supporting women. It's really important. That's what's really coming up and for truth for me, is that actually this is something I desire. This is what all women desire, is actually women supporting women, to be able to trust women again. Because this is where I believe where humanity fell, when women stopped supporting women. That was the unconditional love bond that held the earth, that held through the wombs and the connection to earth, that didn't allow abuse of children, of innocence, of the planet itself and her resources, the womb, the menstrual cycle. All of this was honored and revered and worshipped, because it was the true connection to what is to our earth, and our true connection to who we truly are. And when women went inwards and turned against one another, this is when it fell. So this is what I see is what's will bring back humanity back to the potential and the true pureness that we can be, and the potential that we can be when we let go of the layers of fear and separation and that illusion that we have all become very ingrained in. And the truth is love, joy and peace. The truth is connection and oneness and unity, and we do this through the portal of our hearts. And so for those women that desire change for themselves, change for the world, this is where it begins, in these little small steps that we, from every conscious moment, we try and make those conscious changes and be that change. And I know this, I'm addressing this to women for the Women Empowerment Retreat, but this goes out to men too, you know, and then men are needed so much, and especially to enable women to feel safe, to be able to step into their power too, to be seen, to be safe, to be seen. So men need to be doing this work too. And for now, this is for about us women realizing our power and going through these shifts and these wounds that hold us back, and to really find that inner power, to be the alchemist, to become all this wisdom becomes the gold that we are. This is what we're going through. So and how I share this is trauma informed, it's holding, it's safe, there's no judgment, and I fully understand it. I've been going through this has been my journey for quite some time now, so I get it. Okay, and you'll be safe, you'll be held, and I think half that is why women are feeling so overwhelmed and stressed and exhausted, because their nervous system doesn't feel safe. And so this sacred rest that I will be bringing is bringing in that nervous system so it can relax, that it can know that it's safe to be held, so the women can drop out of their constant masculine energy to rest, to know that they're safe, know that they're protected, and that's when massive shifts will happen. So if this is resonating with you on some level, I invite you, I urge you, with complete, obviously, autonomy of your own choice, to come along on Saturday, the 20th of September. It's between 3 and 7 o'clock. And I will drop a link into this as well, but you can go to the infinityhealthhub.com and go to events, and you'll see it there as well, to read more about it. But don't let money and thinking you have to be doing something else be the resistance to this. This is really interesting because women generally won't put money or put time for themselves when it comes to this work. They always feel like they have to do it for somebody else. But there will come a point where the body will go, enough's enough. And so this is about being proactive and responding to that before you have to make, the body makes those choices for you. So step in for you, love for you, make those aligned choices for you. And even if you don't know how right now, hopefully this is reaching out to you as one of those steps that you can take to start choosing you, and know that you're totally entitled, as it were, to choose you and your worth and everything about you. So big love, and hopefully see some of you there. All right, lots of love, take care.